Hello everyone, welcome to the 5 Minutes Podcast. Today I like to talk about the Post Mortem Analysis. So it's absolutely fantastic too. But unfortunately, people just don't use it a lot because, I think we have this feeling that after the execution of the project, we want just to go forward and jump to another one and do something. And we just don't like to look back, and try to understand what we did well, what we should improve for next time. And let me tell you, the post-mortem analysis is a collective learning activity that reflects on the past to help you to build the future. It can be short, it can be long. It doesn't matter. It must be useful and effective. So basically, there is no strict format. If you go on the web today, you can find hundreds of templates. So you take care of what is the style of your organization. So some people like to use like in an Excel spreadsheet format. Other people prefer to do it as a text. So this is not my concern now. My concern is that what you should cover on this postmortem. The first thing is that how was your planning? Did you plan well? What can you improve on the planning? The second, on the execution. How was the execution of your project? What would you change if you had the chance to do the project again? Results. Did you achieve the results, the end results, the benefits you were aiming? So if it's possible to measure that, you should. How is the behavior of the stakeholders? Are the stakeholders happy, unhappy? Did you manage them well? What kind of improvement can you put in the process to manage the stakeholders? How was your communication? So when you did, for example, your program improvement plan or PI planning, for example, SAFE, was it effective when you put this 100 people together? What was it effective? Was it not effective? If it's not, what do you have to change? So these are all things you need to do. So, and let me tell you, sometimes you can do this as soon as you finish the project, and you can create a small task team to do that. And this can take maybe a month or 45 days in a non-exclusive assignment. And people start building these records. Let me tell you, data today is one of the most valuable assets of your organization. So if you are able to create this learning narrative in an effective way, in the future, you have an outstanding source of information for processes like machine learning, artificial intelligence. The problem today is that people want to use this kind of technology, but they don't have the basic data. So if you take a project that failed 4 years ago, nobody can tell you what went wrong or what went right. So this is something you need to worry. And finally, one of the best postmortem analysis I have seen, people use technology. People record videos. Let me tell you, you don't need to be a video professional to do that. You can just use your phone and record small bits of information. So you can create these tiny videos. You can use these tiny videos and index them. So you can create like a TV show about your project. And you can use infographics to explain. You can draw things. You can hire these companies that do this kind of graphical representation of your meetings. You can use tools like Mural, like Stormboard, like Miro. You can do this in a Kanban format. It doesn't matter. But you need to register that because, let me tell you, time fades our memory. And then we do mistakes again. And when we do mistakes again, it's a very, very painful and expensive way of learning. This is why this postmortem is something that I keep always in the top of my mind. And I feel so concerned that so few companies do that in a proper and effective way. Think about that for your current project, for your PMO, and for your future projects. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and see you next week with another 5 Minutes Podcast.